Hi there guys, and welcome to part 3 of the class 321 videos. First, a little bit of an apology on the last video. I said 319 when we started stupidly. It's because I had it in my head. So this is another one of the scenarios from the DPsimulations pack, and it is DPS SPO3 number 4, and it's floodplain. Start at Colchester. First, release your doors, allow passengers aboard before preparing your booked departure of 0710. You will then be calling at Manningtree and finally Ipswich. So the story behind this is that there has been floods overnight, and I'm the first train to head this way supposedly, but that train's just come that way. So we'll see how we go. Haven't done this scenario before. This will be the first time that I have done it. Wiper wise, do we have slow, medium, fast? We do. Let's whack that up a little bit to fast. No, that's slow. That's, I don't know. Off. Pretty sure they're the wrong way around to me, but hey. Okay, so in this video we'll be talking about liveries, where these classes have been, and a few other little bits of history about them, a little bit of tech spec and stuff and all that sort of jazz that we've all come to know from this series. Yeah, as I said, don't know about the scenario, so we'll see how we get going. Time to depart, driver. Please remember to manually close doors. Our next calling point will be Manningtree. We haven't set up the train. That was really stupid of me. I should have done that while we had time. Let's get to the back. Now, I know we've been through the whole taking training service and everything, and there's more I should be doing, but I'm not going to. We're just going to get going. DRA off. It's a bit wet, so we'll see how we do when it comes to wheel slip. None at all. We're going up to, only going up to 40, actually 30. Ipswich going to, aren't we? So we want. Ooh, this has got loads on it. BEH00833. C00833. Enter. Ipswich. Perfect. There's another little look at destinations on here. What have we got? Cambridge on there? Yeah, Cambridge on Wellingborough City, Cambridge by Hertford North. So this has got the Great Northern, Eastern. Oh, cool. So this pack does cater for a lot, and that does sort of show the history of the 321s in itself. Let's have some heating on for those passengers, and some lights. I'm alright just because I can't be bothered with the fan noise in my ear. Though saying that, it's sunny out there. Probably just a summer storm. We'll go for vent only. Let's pop up the frame rates for you. So I didn't check how many cars we were actually. 8. So then, let's get started. So the 321s were built in 3 batches from 1988 to 1991. Because the 320s, the 321s were successful in their style, there's quite a few different variations that came from it. So there was the 320s and the 322s that were used by Strathclyde Passenger Transport Executive and Stansted Express. And then there was the 456, the DC version of this, which was 2-car, I believe. I'm not as you know, I'm not massively hot on my southern stuff. At the moment, 321s are operated by Greater Anglia, Northern and Great Northern. And Great Northern have got a couple. Northern have got quite a few now. And Greater Anglia have got, well, this is what we're in now. An old Greater Anglia version. So the first batch was 66, that was built between 1988 and 1990, and they were 3213s. 100 mile/h maximum speed, 4 coaches which have all been through. Breckenridge Willis high-speed pantograph, Breckenridge Willis high-speed pantograph, which we've already spoken about, and the traction motors were TM2141Cs, for those that are interested. The ones that were built originally were for the outer suburban and the Great Eastern, where we are now, and from Liverpool Street to Southend Victoria, Ipswich, Southminster, Clacton, Colchester and Braintree. And they replaced basically all the older slam door stock, which was 305s, 308s, 309s on the Clacton services. Now 309 Clacton units are probably one of my favourite first gen EMUs. Let's go back to that view. Then there was the 3214s, which were built for the West Coast Main Line to Birmingham New Street. And they came out in really quite a cool Network Southeast livery, which is including this. It was a lot more white than the others. And then the final version of 321s were the 3219s. And they were built in 1991, and they were an add-on. Really, they weren't, when they first proposed these, they weren't added in at the time. It was that would have been, because they were the northern ones, they were in the Manchester Passenger Transport Executive livery. It was West Yorkshire Passenger Transport Executive, and that was for the then newly electrified Doncaster and Leeds section. So pretty much every time I've been up to Scotland on the East Coast Main Line, you'd always see a 321 at Doncaster, and that was for that bit. I've never actually been to Leeds on the train, so I don't know what that bit of the route's like. And they came out in the West Yorkshire PTE light maroon with a white band. 158s also went like that as well. We've got 70 limit coming up anyway, but downhill. So occasionally these used on the Airedale lines alongside the class 333s and the 322s. Now the 322s are an interesting unit for me. I have a little bit of a soft spot for them. It was one of the first traction manuals I ever got my hands on, was for a 333. And when the Heathrow Express got the 322s, which are pretty much exactly the same. Not 322s, what are the Heathrow Express ones? 332s, not 322s. Yeah, so I've got probably one of the most comprehensive manuals I own is for the 333s. And there is only those ones up north and the Gatwick Heathrow Express ones. And if you've had the pleasure of riding on them, the Heathrow Express units, I got a chance to go on back in October, and it was a pleasure. I would have happily done a lot longer journey on them. It is a bit more expensive, I'll give you that, but it was well worth it. Very comfortable units, up there with the 365s for ride quality wise. I was really impressed with it. So I personally would love to see 333 and the Doncaster to the Leeds line. I think would be lovely as well. It's one missing bit of the East Coast Main Line now, really, isn't it? Even though we all said that the missing bit was York-Peterborough until Creative Rails did it. Not brilliantly, I might add. So quite a lot of so 37 of the 321s ended up with Silverlink and ended up in the Silverlink livery, which is a bit of a Marmite livery. I know people that really love it, and I think it looks like Fisher Price were asked to design a train. If you ask me, it's not really my cup of tea. Same with East Midlands trains livery. That stagecoach swooshes, as they call it, just doesn't really float my boat at all. So they were London Euston to Birmingham local services were divided into two separate services. Silverlink retained Northampton, London, and Central Trains took over the Birmingham, Northampton. Central Trains actually hired quite a few of the 321s from Silverlink to work the service, but when the 350s came in, they were passed on, and I think they ended up. I think some of them, the ones that ended up at Great Northern, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that at all. They could have ended up with Great Wrangler as well. Why not open the doors? What's going on? Oh, I've just got a red. Sitting there going, I haven't opened the doors. Got myself all confused there, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, in mid-2009, London Midland stood down most of the units and they reduced their fleet to just 2. And they were repainted into the London Midland livery and given a very minor interior refresh. So it actually they still kept the Network South East maquette on the chairs and the yellow handrails and yellow paint on the inside of the sliding doors. So only the carpets and general interior markings, as it says here, were replaced during the refresh. And then ScotRail ended up with them. The whole of the London Midland fleet. And they're going to get 319s cascaded over to cover that. If I'm sitting at this red, let me tab it. Okay, so this is the flood bit we're at. I might have missed a pop-up box because I was reading. Message from control. Driver, we're receiving reports of flooding ahead. All trains are asked to proceed with extreme caution. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, let's go. So... why am I not moving? Huh? What? Doors random? Yeah, my doors are randomly opened. So they were open. It was my bad. Told you I got confused, didn't I? DPsimulations tend to put quite a little bits of scenery enhancement in on their scenarios, which I really love. If you watch the 37 video to Larbert, when we got to Larbert Viaduct, the viaduct itself was actually covered in scaffolding, which was really cool. So I'm wondering what we're going to have through here. Part of me kind of wishes I weren't so focused on telling you about 321s with these scenarios, because this one looks like it's going to be pretty cool. So Govia Thameslink, so GTR, they have 13 units and they've all got the new FCC indigo and blue City Lights branding. They've also got a full interior refurbish. Get those binoculars out that I keep stashed in my bag. Looks clear. Oh, don't know if that's usually like that. I'm going to guess not. Oh no, yeah, it's a bridge. There's yachts over there. Press Q instead of E there as well. Okay, so the Class 321 demonstrator. In 2013, AGA, so Belly Great Wrangler, in conjunction with Eversholt, who's Roscoe's Rail stock operator and leaser, basically, refitted a 3214 as a demonstrator to show what Abellio planned to do with a 321 fleet. The unit was 321448, and it features a new paint job, completely refitted interior, including 2 examples of seating arrangements. So one's 2+2 and there's a 2+3, a new first class area as well. That I think has actually been up to Cambridge. I didn't see it myself, but I'm pretty sure it did. There were always, it was supposed to have a new traction package fitted as well. It's supposed to get AC traction motors. I'm not sure if it's still going ahead. Like, I'm really not sure if it's still going ahead. One of you guys will know. And 1 mile till we find out what's there. So that's really it about where they are now, what they're doing. Livery-wise, these things have worn, like we said, that cool Network Southeast. They have worn the West Yorkshire PTE. They have worn that red Northern thing that they did at the Doncaster Wakefield bit. Carmine and Cream, SPT Orange. I'm doing this off the top of my head, so I'm probably going to miss some out. I'm just literally guessing. Not guessing, trying to remember. One livery, Great Eastern livery, which is this one, which I quite liked. It was a bit like the ScotRail teal livery, wasn't it? Which, again, I never really liked because they called it teal and terracotta. And if anybody was around in the late 90s, well, mid to late 90s, the word terracotta reminds people of ridiculous orange kitchens and orange living rooms and changing rooms and, what was his name, Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen. Fills me with dread, really. But yeah, I quite liked it. And I think it particularly suited the 312s, which actually a guy's commented on the Facebook group, because this is later on after that video, the update you've seen earlier on today, was saying about the 312s. And I said as well, yeah, I'd love to see him in Train Sim. I think they're quite underrated. I mean, from a historical point of view, they were last slam door stock built by BR, and they were the only Mark II based EMU. I think they were actually the only Mark II based multiple unit at all. There wasn't a DMU that was Mark II based either. One is going to come along and correct me on that, I'm sure, but in my head I'm pretty positive there wasn't. Oh, I could have been doing more speed in there. Drive the flooding ahead, please proceed at no more than 30. Well, we're doing 20 because I want to see it. Am I going to see anything? Oh yeah, look. Cool. See, it is these little touches that make DPsimulation stuff awesome. Armstrong Powerhouse do a really good job with stock and AI and everything like that. DPsimulations seem to just pip them sometimes with like the little additions in they do. Probably should have made sure my water quality was on highest before I did this, to be fair. I'm going to take a screen of this and everybody's going to be going, your graphics are wrong. Then they'll have to watch it and find out it isn't. Oh, it's even getting deeper here, look. Cool. God, I bet that played absolute havoc with the track circuits. Oh, I've missed the DSD again. I should really turn visual alerts on. But I'll be completely honest with you, I can't remember the key combination for it. I'll look it up. Oh, it's because I'm not in forward, isn't it? Anyway, we stopped. That wasn't because of the DSD. We stopped on purpose to have a look at the flood. Yeah, I wonder how it works for track flooding. Infrastructure isn't really my strong. Oh, I was only supposed to go over 30 when I. Infrastructure really isn't my strong point. I know bits and pieces and roughly how things work, but by no means am I anywhere near up to scratch to be going on too much about infrastructure. Because electric units actually use the rail as a return for the overhead wire, because only one wire to complete the circuit it returns. You have now passed the flooding. The previous service to pass has reported no further issues and may proceed as normal. Okay. 6 miles to Ipswich. So throughout these videos you'd have heard me whittling on about this Brecknell-Willis high-speed pantograph, and I thought I better give you a quick overview of what it really is and how it came about, just so you know, and then I can stop saying it because I always get tongue-tied saying it for some reason. So the Brecknell-Willis high-speed pantograph is one of 4 standard pantographs in use on British railways. I didn't know that. I could only really count about 2 or 3 sort of for this era. But it was designed to use in the 70s and 80s and early 80s. The Brecknell-Willis Research Division with British Rail as part of ongoing research and developing a pantograph capable of speeds over 100 miles an hour. Because of course before that was the Stone and Faveley AMBR pantograph, which I spoke about in the first video, which is what the 317s had. They had a maximum speed of 100. Research was mainly carried out at the old Delby Chess track in Leicestershire and then on the West Coast Main Line. The West Coast Main Line tests were between Preston and London, and initially done with one pantograph attached to the top of Lab Coach 6, which was Prometheus. So you probably have all seen that. It's got like the little dome on top of the Mark 1 that you can see the pantograph from. I think it's still kicking about today somewhere along the lines. I know, I think they've got the Mark 3 on the NMT now, haven't they? so I don't think it is used anymore. And then they transferred it over to the East Coast Main Line when they were doing the electrification there for maximum wire height testing. So the first locomotive to be fitted with the Bretnor Willis high-speed pantograph was 86244, and then in 1981 there was an 87005 got it. Testing was also carried out on the APCP during the development program of the pantograph, and this enabled the testing to be done at 150 mph. Woo! So, funny enough, the Bretnor Willis high-speed pantograph isn't just used in Britain. It's also on the Eurostar, which, yeah, I know, is half British, half French, quarter German, quarter Dutch, quarter Spanish, quarter Italian. No, I'd say it's French and British. Alstom built with a bit of British engineering in it as well. But yeah, it is on the 373s. It's also on the Acela. So those of you that played Train Simulator, Microsoft Train Simulator, will remember the Acelas. And it's also available for this. And me talking about doing US routes in my update video, I was thinking the only thing I'd really drive would be the Acela or the HHP8, which is like the twin cab version of the Acela. So yeah, it's used on quite a lot. I mean, the 360s have got it. I don't know if any of the other Desiros have it. I don't know if the 350s have it. Not sure, but I definitely know it's on the 1991 365s, 373s, the Acelas, these 319s. Oh, I say that. Was it on the 319s? I'm gonna have to check now. I think it would be. I'm purposely not speeding up to get into Ipswich just so I can find this out. I couldn't leave you hanging for this vital piece of information. Speed restriction board, fine. Oh, we've got a bit of flooding in the tunnel as well there, look. I can't seem to find... I'll look at a picture of it. It's probably the most efficient way of me doing it, as trusty old Wikipedia can't help me. Yeah, it does look like Bretnor Willis high-speed pantograph. I was going to check if the 333 had it, but I'd have to get up out my chair and walk over to the... Well, I say walk, lean back over and grab it off the shelf. I can't quite reach it. Alright, and guys, this concludes the Class 321 series, mini-series. It's not a big one. I am going to do some more series, and I hope you guys do enjoy them. Quite a lot of you have asked for 321, the Great Eastern Main Line, so I've given you plenty to go by. If you do like this video, please do like it, please do share it. They're the two big things at the moment. You'll hear me whittle on about it constantly, but the more you like it and the more it bumps where my video is, which means more people watch it, which means I get the little bit of extra ad revenue, which means I can buy more content to let you guys view and for me to play with as well. So again, thanks ever so much. Leave your comments below and let me know if you have enjoyed it as well, yeah? Cheers, guys. Oh, hello driver, you've unfortunately not managed to complete all tasks today. Hang on, I'll let you know where we failed. You'll probably all know where we failed. Picked up passengers at 2 out of 3 platforms. What one did I miss? I used emergency brakes 8 times. What? Fibs. Absolute fibs. Anyway, there you go. You've seen how badly I have failed at that one. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. See you soon.